Like and subscribe you must.
The Empire Strikes Back is often considered the greatest Star Wars movie of all time. In this video, I'll show you why it's even better than the classic original. Let's get with it. Believe it or not, the music's even better than the original. I got 2 words for you. Imperial March, aka the Darth Vader theme. Every time you hear it, you know Darth Vader's coming and there's gonna be blood. Yeah, I know, it's a ripoff of the Chopin Funeral March, just sped up and put in with orchestral arrangements instead of solo piano. But who cares? It's awesome.
Popular I am.
That's right, Yoda. You hear about this great Jedi Master who's even better than Obi-Wan? You expect some really tall, strong guy, but what you get is a short, wrinkled Muppet who says everything backwards. But guess what? He could still take Luke with both hands tied behind his back. And all the film's best lines come from him. My personal favorite is,
Do or do not. There is no try.
and if anything, he's more popular now than he ever was. Boba Fett is just cool, man. He looks cool, acts cool, and even though he hardly speaks, his voice is cool too. He's one of my favorite characters. Even though we never see his face, he's the hitman and bounty hunter of the Jabba the Hutt crime family, the enforcer, if you will. And he's a brilliant tactician. The freezing of Han Solo was his brainchild. Even though he's unaffiliated, he's like an honorary member of the Empire, and he's clearly worked with Vader before. There's a cool scene where Vader looks at him and says, "No disintegrations this time," which means he has a habit of going overkill. And Darth Vader respects him. He even kind of sasses Vader at one point, and Vader actually doesn't kill him. Lando is like a black Han Solo with the Snoop Dogg swagger. He has to make a terrible choice between his best friend's life and the greater good of his people. He makes the wrong decision, but he redeems himself in the end and becomes a valued ally. We get the first appearance of the Emperor. That's right, the guy who turned Darth Vader evil. Of course, it's just one scene and it's a hologram, but it still counts. Keep this in mind, Darth Vader doesn't respect anybody, but here he bows and calls him his master. How bad do you have to be that even Darth Vader is afraid of you? That's right, people. There's a guy even worse than Vader. Vader has never been cooler than he is in this film. He has a no-tolerance policy on failure, and I think he kills more of his own men than the Alliance does. If they fail him once, he kills them. In the last film, he almost killed a sassy henchman who criticizes his religion, but Tarkin calls him off. But since Tarkin got blown up with the Death Star, there's no one holding Vader's leash, and he goes on a rampage. I have a feeling he would kill you just for waking him up from a nap. The Emperor is the supreme leader, but it's Darth Vader who is the face of the Empire. One of my favorite scenes is when he chokes a guy to death for letting the good guys go, and as he's dying, he calmly says, "Apology accepted, Commander." The romance. Yeah, I'm not a romantic either, but the love triangle between Leia, Han, and Luke is compelling. She's clearly into both of these guys, and they feel the same about her, but they also care a lot about each other too. Leia is clearly conflicted. She's more passionate for Han, even though he irritates her, but she's more affectionate with Luke. It was an open question who was going to win her hand. She makes out with both of them. Yes, I know in hindsight the Luke-Leia angle turned really creepy, for obvious reasons, but just forget about the revelation in the next one and admire the drama. But the biggest reason is because this one is much darker and edgier than the original. In the last one, you left feeling warm and fuzzy over the good guy's victory. But in here, the villains clearly win everything. Luke finds out that the guy he spent his life hating and trying to beat is also his father. Everything he was ever told was a lie, and he can't beat Vader without also denying his own father. Han is frozen in carbonite, and Leia is just as conflicted as ever. In the old days of Dante, Homer, and Shakespeare, there were no movie genres, just comedies and tragedies. Comedies didn't mean funny, it meant it had a happy ending, and tragedies meant it had a sad ending. Well, this film was the first film in the franchise that was clearly a tragedy. Sadly, in the real world, good doesn't always triumph. And this film is the most realistic of the movies because of that. Now to close, I'll give you 2 scenes of analysis that most people don't think about. The first one shows Luke training with Yoda. He goes off and has a vision where he fights and kills Darth Vader, only for his mask to explode, revealing his own face. This seems to be the Force's way of telling him that if he doesn't shape up, he has potential to be evil, just like his father. And the last one's at the end, when the Millennium Falcon gets away. The henchmen are scared to death that Vader's going to kill them for failing, like he's done throughout the whole film. But instead, he just puts his head down and walks away sadly. His conflicted emotions over seeing his son for the first time have left him emotionally drained. He doesn't even have the heart to fight anymore. This is the first time we see the tender side of Darth Vader, and we see signs that maybe, just maybe, there's some good in him after all. I'll leave you with words from a very wise man.
Return to the Hillbilly Review channel, you must.